Hi everyone, this is Josh Ford running for the 2018 U.S. Senate race against Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts. I want to come to you tonight because it's time I did a new video talking about who I am and why I'm running for the U.S. Senate seat. I'm a Middlesex Deputy Sheriff and I have been since 2008. I'm a father of three and recently I moved down to Kingston, Mass. From Melrose, Mass. And I love it down here in Kingston. I do miss Melrose. I spent my whole life, my whole childhood there growing up. But I wanted to give my kids a great opportunity down here in Kingston with schools and just, a little more country atmosphere, a little more space and stuff, which is really nice. And I'm glad I let my girl talk me into that. While I was down here, though, I was actually injured at work. And that was during the 2016 primaries, and that's when I realized just what I thought was how bad things were in politics. I thought it was just the DNC and their rigging of elections, and I kept waiting for Elizabeth Warren or someone in Massachusetts, Governor Baker, anybody to step up and talk about the corruption, to take the lead on it, to make sure that people in Massachusetts had their voices and their votes heard and counted, and nobody did it. So I said, you know what? If nobody else is going to do this, I'm going to be the man. I'm going to step up, and I'm going to try to make a difference because I've got a family that I want to have a future where if they work hard and they try hard at something, that their dreams can come true. It's the American dream. And so I'm trying to make the American dream happen for me by working hard and making myself a U.S. Senator. And I'm hoping to make the American dream live for everybody, all of you that help me, because my entire campaign, the Future of Rebuilding Democracy campaign, is about restoring freedom and democracy. As we've learned, our country is ruled by a corrupt two-party system, the Republicans and Democrats. They do the bidding of the rich, the elites, the oligarchy, whether it's big oil, big banks, the military-industrial complex, the CIA. It sounds like, a Dr. Evil movie, Austin Powers kind of thing. Unfortunately, it's real. It's the reality of what we live in today. The mainstream media covers for them. And so if you want to find out what's really happening, you have to put in some effort. You have to do a little digging, and you've got to do your homework, and you got to put your mind to work. You got to see what is just wrong, and that's what starts to really drive you mad. Is in a democracy, certain things you expect to happen. You expect your politicians to stand up for the people, to try and make people's lives better. That's what our government is supposed to do. It's supposed to be there for the people, to help the people. And I don't think there's too many people that actually believe that the United States government is there to help the people. Anyone that goes to get help quickly finds that it's not there. Our government is there for the elites and the 1%, and it continues to widen the margin between the rich, the haves, and the have-nots. I'm just an average guy, just like, so many others out there, struggling to put food on the table, trying to make ends meet, take care of the car, the mortgage, make sure that my family's okay and happy and provided for. And that's what a good parent, a good father is supposed to do. So that's what I struggle to do. And I know that I'm not the only one who struggles. I know that so many out there struggle and find it incredibly hard to take care of their families, and it shouldn't be that way. We need to increase the minimum wage, $15 an hour. I know they're working on that now with Bernie. Whether or not it's going to get passed, I hope it does. We need single-payer health care. People need to be taken care of. There's no reason people should worry about losing their homes when they end up having a doctor's visit. That shouldn't even have to factor into things. But it does all the time, and that needs to stop. We need ranked choice voting, and by that, instead of just voting for one person, and if they don't make it, you're done, we need multiple candidates, and you can rank your choices so that if one of your candidates falls out, your next candidate that you voted for could end up winning and being the next U.S. Senator, the next President of the United States. So there's changes we need. But before we can even get to those things, we need to remove the corrupt two-party system. We need to get rid of the Republicans. We need to get rid of the Democrats. They take their bribes and, they try to make their lives better, and making the lives of the average citizen better just doesn't factor in. So we got to vote them out. Now, we've seen during the 2016 primaries that election rigging, it happens. It's there. It was blatantly obvious to anyone who was paying attention. So it's something we're going to have to fight to get third-party candidates elected. Green Party, Libertarian, doesn't matter. Independent, like myself, running for the U.S. Senate now. We're going to have to fight against a corrupt system. We're going to have to fight in it, through it, around it, however we got to do it to get new blood into Washington, new blood into, city councils. I mean, this is a system that's been corrupted from the top down. And we have to fight back to take our country back. And it can be done. The oligarchy's been around for a long time, since probably the 60s, when the hippies fought them. You know what? The hippies beat them. The hippies made war so unprofitable that the oligarchy had to go, to sleep, take a break, and just wait for the hippies movement to go past. And it was a win for the hippies, and it was a win in the 60s for the people. But we're facing the repercussions of that now, because the rich have taken over our music, and that's how the people came together during the 60s. They had their music. These days, if you're not getting invited on the television to go Dancing with the Stars, or however they do it, they pick their musicians now, you don't get heard. Garage bands, they don't happen anymore. So it's about taking back everything, from music to art to science. Our country needs a revolution. I know, political, artistically, mathematically, scientifically. We need a change. We need to get rid of the corrupt two-party system. We need to take on the oligarchy and make sure that this time around they don't just dive under the bed sheets or hide under the bed until it's safe for them to come out and take control of the country again. We need to make sure we deal with them permanently this time. We need to break up their Fortune 500 companies. We need to put an end to the war machine that is destroying our country, wasting lives, and spending more money than anything on human suffering. We need to worry about how we're going to feed the world, not how we're going to destroy the world. So if you're interested in making a positive difference, a positive contribution in our country, in Massachusetts, in the world, in putting people ahead of profit and corporations, then please join me in my Future of Rebuilding Democracy campaign for the U.S. Senate. My name is Joshua Ford, and I look forward to getting to know you, to answering your questions, and to making a difference together. Because when we stand together, we're unstoppable.